So I got the left-hand frame member bolted in, and I really like it. It's nice and solid. It's gonna work out really nice. So my next step, I think, is going to be to build another fire and take some paint off that top frame section. I'll be taking a little bit of paint off on the lower frame section, but I'll just use the torch for that. But I have significant paint to remove on the head of that big the big lunky chunk on the front of the top frame member. So I'm going to build a fire and do that, and yeah, moving along nicely. Got a nice early start this morning, and gonna have a good day. Alright, so I got the top frame was put in the fire this morning and totally stripped of paint. It's nice and clean. I have strategically cleaned off paint on the 4x4 frame, and it's going to get this. I have this piece left over from the Hawk frame. This is going to get, all this stuff's going to get ground off here, and then this is going to get welded up in here to hold the front part of the top frame in place. And then on the back, I'm going to put some angle iron corners on here on both the back corners, and then I'm going to cut this bracket out of here, and this whole area in here is going to get boxed in. So when you take the seat off the top, you'll look down in here, and that will be the battery box. So it's going to kind of get walled off. The shock is in here, so it's going to take a little bit of strategic kinds of sheet metal work, but I've got some good heavy duty thick sheet metal, and I think that's going to be the plan for the battery box. But even if that's not the plan for the battery box in the end, I definitely am going to start with this and a couple of pieces of angle iron on the back corners, and then actually I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, because the first thing that's going to happen, the very next thing that's going to happen, is this whole mess is going to get kind of capped off, and it's going to come down with a couple of pieces of angle iron. It's going to come down and tie into this spot down here where I've got my my other new header pieces and stuff. So it's all going to come to a head right here, and it'll just kind of be one step at a time again, you know. I mean, I'm just kind of playing it by ear, one step at a time, do what I got to do. I do know that I can get the motor in and out nice and easy. I can get the valve cover off without removing the motor, which is kind of important if you want to adjust your valves. And the carburetor is going to work, the exhaust is going to work. I can get the starter in and out of there. It's a little tight, but I can get it in and out. And so yeah, it's starting to look like I'm actually getting somewhere. Maybe another week or two I'll be out playing in the mud. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, so I'm thinking this is going to work out nicely. Got it clamped on good to the upper frame there with the clamp, and I am going to leave access to these nuts down here for the steering. I might even put a weld on the nuts to keep them in there. I'll shave a little bit out of here off the angle iron after I get it tacked on the upper frame, and it's gonna be nice. Oh yeah, making progress. Love it. The mud machine. Yeah, so I did a little hacking and chopping and welding. And it's going to work out nice. It's going to get welded down here on the bottom with a couple of little supports in there. I didn't want to get it too close to the nuts here, and I decided I didn't want to weld them into place. So it's actually going to sit back just maybe another quarter of an inch or so. But so I'm pretty much ready to work on this back end stuff. And for that I'm going to have to take the motor back out because I'm going to be doing some welding. And then I knew I was jinxed myself when I said I was going to put the motor in for the last time, because it'll probably be in and out of there another 3 or 4 times by the time I'm done. But it comes in and out easy. It's nice, you know, with the bolted frame. I just take this frame member off and it comes right out nice and easy. So alright, so onward and upward. So woohoo, I finally got rid of them wood blocks. The upper frame is now welded in. I am all tied in here in the front and all tied in here in the back. And I was originally going to do something with this thing, but it's going to be stupid. You know, I'd have big holes here on the ends from cutting and everything. It would have been cool, but it's more work than what I need. This thing is very solid how it is. I'm going to put a couple more support members in here as I'm building the battery box. And that's going to be the next project, is trying to get some kind of a battery box in here for the battery, the ignition, let's see, the battery, the starter solenoid, the CDI unit, and then the coil gets mounted here under the gas tank, and the voltage regulator gets mounted here. And so yeah, it's going to be next. Going to work on the battery box project. But yeah, it's getting there. I like it. It's real solid. I had the seat in the tank on it. Sitting on it, it's nice. It really feels nice. Everything's nice and straight and true. So it's working out good. Pretty soon I'll be out playing in the mud.